For 4 and 20.
Yes, Max.
Been there for it all. Australia's original fan food. Here he is, Marty.
Wonderful to see you, Max.
Thank you for having me.
Week off.
Yeah.
Get the body rested.
Yeah,
How's
well,
it feeling? How's the old bod feeling?
I think Collingwood get to choose which day is my gut feel because they're the home game, and they chose the Thursday, which gives us less time off. We were expecting the whole week off. We were back in training yesterday.
Oh, they chose that.
I think you get to choose maybe if
Probably
you
have a say.
You have a say,
Okay,
potentially.
so they chose Thursday.
Yeah, which is obviously if you win or lose, then you get the longest break for the next game as well. So it's a smart idea. I actually love coming. I'm on the other side of the Burnley Tunnel in Glen Iris, but
That's fun.
over here is a beautiful little egg and bacon, sausage, egg and
Is there?
bacon McMuffin from Hector's.
Oh, okay.
Hector's.
And every time I come over here, I treat myself to one.
Yeah.
Did you
So
just
I've had
earn
one of
yourself
them.
$400 for saying that?
No, but expecting a free sausage cheese McMuffin next time I go.
Good man.
Sausage.
And
Yeah.
you'll get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got the week off. Body's feeling good.
Yep.
All Australian team was announced. I thought it was a real snub, and I feel like it was directed that you were left out of the All Australian team.
Not even the squad.
You're
Not even the squad, Max.
No, I got the night off this year.
It's ridiculous.
Look, I've had some pretty poor games at the start of the year.
You cried.
I cried.
Oh, you sooked when you
Yeah.
hurt your knee. I forgot about that.
Turned a 12-month injury into 3 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah, which was pretty amazing.
Yeah, which I should get some.
You should get a blazer
Yeah,
just
sure.
for that.
Yeah, correct. But in terms of the 2 rucks that were in it, they were outstanding all year.
Who did they go with?
English and Rowan Marshall. I think
Yeah.
English was the one who ended up getting the nod. Yeah, they've both been clinical this year, so I can understand the
I
thought
blame,
process.
You know who I blame? Grundy.
You blame Grundy?
Yep.
I don't.
I don't.
Yeah, I blame myself.
Oh, well, that's because you're a captain.
But it's not something I'm out there playing for. I've been lucky enough to get a few, but
6, in fact.
I'd much rather be playing in a qualifying final against Collingwood this week.
Well, which you are.
Yes.
6 All Australians.
Yeah. 2 as captain?
Did you get a blazer for everyone?
Just one as captain. No, 1 blazer, 6 labels
Oh, yeah, of course.
on it.
Yeah, I was going to say your cupboard would be pretty full.
Yeah, that would get a bit out of
That'd
hand.
get a bit out of hand.
Yeah, I've been to the last 5. 2 of them were COVID. So there was when I was captain, that was a COVID year, so it was a little Zoom interview. It was easy. Now it's like a 5-hour night. Our track was there for a long time the other night. The guys have to fly from interstate are there for 5-6 hours. It's a big it's a big night.
Did he win anything?
Track all Australian half forward for
Okay.
the 4th time.
Toby Green was named captain of the side. Marcus Bontempelli and Tom Stewart became 5-time All-Australians, which is quite a small club from memory.
Yeah, not many. The record is 8.
5.
And I was-
Who was
Five's
8?
good.
There's about 6 players.
Danger.
Yeah, Danger's 1.
Buddy.
Ablett, Rashudo, I think.
Yeah.
Robert Harvey. I was hoping you'd be
handing
nearing
them
that.
out.
I've still got hopefully another couple of years.
Well,
Yeah.
You never know.
You could make the 8 club.
I do like Toby captain. I think he performed as the best captain this year.
Okay.
The best captain's a hard thing. Also that MVP award to best captain. It's very hard from an external person to pick best captain because you're only really going on what they bring game day. So you're basically picking the best player. But from in saying that, I think Toby does have the spirit of a captain the way he plays. Bont's probably up there as well.
He got the
He
players'
nice.
player.
He got the players' player.
Zach Butter's got coach's player of the year, and Harry Sheasel, rising star.
Yeah. Big night for North and Suvlaki, is that what he calls it? Suvlaki.
Silva?
Yeah, Nick Suvalaki.
Nick Suvalaki?
Yeah.
Oh, Larky.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All-
Sorry.
All Australian. 70 goals, 71 goals.
Yeah, had a massive year.
Extraordinary. Can
In
you
a
give
team that won,
games.
we won the Spurs.
3 games.
Yeah, second last.
Yeah.
Can you give a bit of insight into the players' voting system? I imagine you, as a footy fan, know who you're voting for. You give 3-2-1 for Players' Player of the Year.
3, 2, 1. You do it with about 2 rounds to go. So if you're a late performer, you might have missed out. But I lean towards tools because I like tools. I think tools dominate the game. Unfortunately, they've never won one, so I don't think people lean my way. I voted for Brodie for like 4 or 5 years in a row. This year was Charlie Curnow. I thought Charlie Curnow was the best player in the comp.
Very fair.
Apparently, the midfielders are better.
Oh, God, they win a lot of stuff, midfielders, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do.
They're the glory boys. But then someone was telling me when you get a group of old full forwards in a room, the swagger is just unbelievable.
You need swagger to play full forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
do.
just full swagger.
Yeah, Tom McDonald just oozes it. And when he was playing fullback, we knew, no, you got too much swagger for fullback. And that's why we moved him, not because of the actual talent.
Because of the swagger.
Because of the
You
swagger.
can imagine what it's like when Dunstall walks into a room.
Yeah.
People would be like, how's the swagger?
Dermy.
Dermy.
Full of swagger.
Full of swagger.
Some of the 80s and 90s full forwards, they've still got swagger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no hips, but still got swagger.
Does every player on your playing group vote with the same amount of care that you do? Or are they just
Or is it like
casual
radio
fools?
surveys as well? That's where Will's heading.
No,
Have you been
let's-
paid to do a survey and you
talk
just fill it
about
out in the
that.
last minute?
I can only speak for myself, and
Yeah.
although some people see me as throwing votes because I'm giving it to tools, but no, I think if you look through the past winners, they've all been people that have finished top 2, top 3 in the Brownlow.
Yeah.
So they normally get it right, the players.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day, Max.
Thank you. When's that Sunday?
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sunday's going to be great.
Got anything
Sunday.
planned?
I've just requested one thing. I want one of those mugs.
Which ones?
The world's greatest dad.
World's
mugs.
greatest.
Oh, yeah.
Surely you
You
should
should
get
get
that.
one. You
Yeah.
should get one of
That's
those.
a
You should
given.
already have one.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
Kid.
He'll be coming up too, and the other one's negative 3 months.
Yeah.
Negative 3 months.
Yeah.
That's exciting, mate. Not as well. That's more exciting than
Yep.
what's happening next Thursday. Just to,
It depends who you ask.
just to keep it all square.
Yep.
Collingwood, Melbourne, Thursday
Oh
night,
my God.
MCG. Holy dooly! Strap yourself in. It's going to be monumental.
Yeah, it's a big game. I think I've played in some big finals. Obviously, they were over in Perth, and then we had 2 elimination finals in 2018 that were both 90,000. But I feel like Collingwood just gives it that extra little bit. They're louder. I think we had Hawthorn and Geelong in those games, so it's going to be crazy.
It is.
Hopefully, every seat is taken.
Can you hear anything in the middle of that thing with 90,000 people?
Yeah, you can. It's actually there's not much difference. I probably shouldn't be saying this. There's not much difference between 60 and 90, in my opinion. Like it's
Oh, right.
it's MCG's loud, but like an Optus Oval that keeps the noise in is almost louder.
Is that right?
It's more the spectacle is pretty cool to see a full stadium.
Oh, it's
And
wonderful.
don't get me wrong, when it's a goal the margin in the fourth quarter, it is pretty loud.
From a spectator's point of view, it is
Yeah.
wonderful to see a full MCG.
And it's worked out well for the AFL as well because it's Melbourne Collingwood tonight
Yeah.
as well. In
Oh, it is too.
in the AFLW.
Yeah.
Which I'll be going to. I'm excited. Missy Higgins is there.
Is
Oh,
she?
that's right.
Is she
Yeah.
playing?
Yeah, hopefully plays Scar because I don't know if there's. No, she's not playing football.
Not out
Oh,
full forward.
Yeah.
She'd be handy, I
no,
reckon.
I think she's actually performing her musical talents.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like a
good.
season opener.
Yes.
Good.
She's very
Yeah.
good, Missy.
Yeah, she's playing. I hope she plays Scar. That's
She
what I-
has to.
yeah.
She will
Surely to
absolutely
God.
will.
Yeah.
She can't play bloody the
Special two.
The special two.
No, that's
Is
not
that,
what we need.
I don't. Yeah, that's Scar.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
Scar.
Scar.
Special 2 is
Because we're the special two.
Oh, this one here.
I know that song as well.
Yeah.
Sound of wise.
Yeah.
So the D's could do the premiership double.
The D's
If
could
all goes
do
right.
the premiership. There's an award for that,
The McClellan Trophy
McClellan
is now a
Trophy.
combined one.
and we
Yeah.
won the first one, but they said this is just a warm up, and you're not actually getting paid for it. Next year's the first one.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
come on.
So this is actually the first one coming up this year, and I think the girls are the premiership favourite currently.
Currently,
are.
yeah.
But there's obviously they haven't played a game, so
yeah.
there's
No.
The season hasn't
Bit
started.
hard to
there is
have
a
a
long way to go.
favourite.
Yeah,
Given-
I'm going to tip them though.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk men's AFL,
Okay.
Melbourne Collingwood. I haven't got any there's no team lists or any of that gear,
No,
is
we're a
there?
little bit early for the teams.
So anything we need to know? Are you going to leave here and tell somebody else something that you should be telling us?
Well, I had a press conference yesterday.
Did you?
So whatever I tell you now is better news than what they got
Good.
24 hours ago.
Tell us something.
Nothing's happened. in
Good,
those 24
man.
hours.
Good report.
No, look, Bailey Fritsch is obviously our one. He was in a moon boot the first couple of days post the game. He wasn't in a moon boot yesterday.
He
so
had a belter.
yeah, when he hurt himself, he was coming off the ground, and then I thought that was done. He came back on and kicked 3. So it must be okay if he can come on and kick 3.
Did he hurt himself coming off the ground?
No, I was actually coming on, and this is a big swings and roundabouts moment because Bailey Fritsch was the person. Jake Melksham was supposed to
Yeah.
come off for me,
Right.
and then Bailey Fritsch hurt himself, so they switched, and Bailey Fritsch came off. Then Jake Melksham hurt his knee in the next
Sliding
contest.
doors.
Jesus,
Ah.
isn't that terrible
Yeah.
news for him?
So it's Bailey Fritch's fault, is what.
I
Oh,
think,
wow.
yeah.
is
And
what
his
I get
hair's
there.
his own
Yeah,
fault as
no.
well.
The Jake, I'll get on Jake Melksham. That's a
Terrible injury.
If you have a look at what he's done in his career, obviously the Essendon saga, take that for what you will, and then 2021 he missed out on finals. He is in the form of his career. He's about to play in a final series, and he's out of contract at 32 when he does his knee.
And he's been pivotal this year.
Yeah, he's been, especially when Bailey was out of the team.
Yeah.
He's really done a great role for us. So
He'll go around again, won't he?
I called him the next day, and he's a very mature guy, and he was already talking about Jake Melksham 2024.
Good
which
man.
which is a really good mindset to have when
Yeah.
you're missing out on potential
Yeah.
finals for the
He's-
second time.
He's
in,
ready to do
Yeah.
the work.
in
Yeah.
3 years. So that's a sad story. So we got to pick someone to come in for him.
You're not thinking of
Um,
me.
No, it's not what's popped up in my head. No.
Okay.
Ah.
Because the
What
way you were
position do you
looking
play?
at me, I thought,
You were half forward.
whatever you need.
Well, we could do it for half forward.
All right.
Someone to shut down the opposition best defender.
I'm going to need a couple of days of heavy training.
We should have a kick one day.
Mate, these hamstrings don't kick anymore. The
Good.
kicking is over.
We are looking at Tom McDonald or Brodie Grundy, I dare say.
Good. Well, there's,
Uh,
I mean, they're not like for like, but
Well, they're both like the tall forward option.
mm,
Obviously, Brodie's the ruck option as well. But Tom kicked 5 in the VFL. Brodie had 3 and 33 against the North reserves they did a weird finals.
little
the 7 v
intra-club
10.
sort of thing.
No, it was they did a wild card finals round in the VFL.
Oh, in the VFL,
Yeah,
right.
and we were part of that. So, one of those two will play.
Let's just quickly go through these other qualifying finals. Friday,
the-
8:50. You've
That one's
got
an elimination final.
this one. Carlton
Carlton.
Sydney is an elimination final. Could the Blues bow out in the first round of the finals after all the lids that have been thrown off pots around the country?
Well, I mean, most people were tipping Carlton in this game, but Sydney can't be underestimated. They didn't have Papley against us, and Papley's a very good player, so I'm sure he'll come back in. And they did win 6 or 7 in a row coming into the game that we played them just on the weekend. So,
Are they still angry from the grand final last year?
don't know.
Is that a thing? Are they wandering around
I think
going,
if they were, they might not have won 7 in a row to play finals. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty good effort to win that many games to get in. So I'm going to tip Carlton, but I think it'll be closer than what a lot of people think.
Oh, I feel
Okay.
sick.
you all right?
I'm so nervous.
You'll be
already.
fine.
It's still 7 days away.
I know.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of time to
Feel nervous.
Feel
yeah.
nervous.
I
Is
won't
that-
be watching.
Is that going to be 95 as well?
You won't be watching.
Absolutely not.
Really?
You're not going to watch?
How can you not watch Lost?
I cannot watch. It's too stressful.
The first final in 10 years.
Oh, you
Right,
have
fine,
to.
I'll watch.
Okay.
Of
Can
course
you
have
watch
to.
10 or 15 minutes and get a feel for it?
That is what I do.
Okay.
And then if they're 4 goals up, you're like, okay, I've bought a bit of time here to watch the second quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're 4 goals down, I can watch.
Have a drink.
If it's close, my heart can't handle it.
That's what my mum does.
Yeah.
My mum watches the first 10 minutes and can't watch any minute from then.
Mm.
Yeah.
So she
how
hasn't
awful.
seen a lot of your footy.
No. And I'm
Does she watch
notably
on
quite a
replays?
poor starter as well. So she hasn't seen much good footy. as
She
well.
thinks you suck.
That's terrible, Max.
Oh.
Brisbane Port qualifying final. That'll be an absolute belter.
Yeah, and I for some reason I've got in my head, Will, I'm not sure if this is right, but Port are good at the Gabba.
I can't remember their recent record. We
I
had
feel like there was a round 1 2022 game. that
they
Port won.
belted us in Adelaide round 1 this year.
Okay.
Got about 50 points, but I reckon we won our last 6 or so before
Okay,
that.
I could be wrong then. Sorry, I made that up. So I'm going to go Brisbane then.
I would go Brisbane at the Gabba.
Yep.
So what happens for Brisbane, Will? What's the lie of the land?
Should the Lions win that, they go straight to the prelim, as would Collingwood or Melbourne.
Yep.
And Brisbane would play the winner of Carlton Sydney and the loser of Collingwood Melbourne. So
Oh.
D's could be headed up there should you lose to Collingwood.
Yeah, there's Collingwood, Melbourne, or Carlton could be going to a prelim at the Gabba.
But
One
the
of those.
Gabba's not what it used to
Sydney.
be because you had all that time up there in the hub.
We've played a lot of footy at the Gabba.
Geez, they've won a lot of footy at the Gabba.
Yeah, they're very good at the Gabba. There's a big competitive advantage of a centre wicket.
Undefeated up there this year.
Yeah, well, I'm presuming they'd be close to be undefeated last year as well. I know we
Pretty
got you in the last game of the
They
year.
lost.
Oh,
They've
good
lost
memory.
5
Yeah.
of their
Max, I like
last
that.
58 at the Gabba,
5 of their last 58.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
isn't it?
We've got a good MCG form this year. We've lost 1 against Freo
Yeah, right.
out of our 13 or 14 games there. So
Oh, you only get 13 or 14 at the G.
yeah, just- couple of them are away games.
Yeah. And then we go St Kilda GWS with the newly named captain of the All-Australian team, Toby Green, leading the boys out and looking to roll St Kilda out of the equation.
Yeah, I think Giants win.
Should that be at Marvel?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
Where is it?
that the G?
Oh, wouldn't have thought so.
Saints wanted the G, am I right?
Yeah, I think the Saints
Well,
won.
then therefore it should be the G. It should
Yeah.
wherever Saints want to play
Well, if the G is free.
If the G is free, find a spot and go for it. Max, so lovely to see you.
Can I use that in my captain's speech?
Please, I would love it if you did.
And
Feel
Max Gawn.
privileged.
We'll chat to you next
We'll
time.
see you next week, hopefully,
Yeah.
before the big
Yes.
one.
Yeah, 8:32.